Dear students, in this video, let me give a lecture on three topics: integrator, differentiator, and summing amplifier. See the diagram of integrator. Op-amp is used, negative terminal, positive terminal, pin number 2 and 3, plus VCC, minus VCC, output voltage is here. We are giving input to the inverting terminal, positive terminal is grounded, a feedback path is occupied by a capacitor CF, current I1 is flowing here, current IF is flowing here. This point is called virtual ground. Since positive terminal is grounded, zero voltage, this point is also zero voltage. Basically, an integrator is a low pass filter. Generally, input is applied to the resistor, output is taken across the capacitor. So this point is positive, this point is negative. We are taking the output voltage across CF. So integrator is a RC circuit having the output taken across the capacitor. Input is given through a resistor. The time constant is given by R1 into CF. So integrator is an electronic circuit diagram that produces an output with respect to integration of the applied output. And I have already talked about virtual short concept. If the voltage at the non-inverting terminal is grounded, the voltage at the inverting input terminal of the op-amp also will be equal. It will be equal to zero voltage. Now the nodal equation at the inverting input terminal. It means I'm applying Kirchhoff's current law at this junction V2, and then I'm applying the nodal equation. 0 minus Vi divided by R1 plus Cf into d of 0 minus dV0 divided by dt equal to 0. So minus Vi by R1 equal to Cf into dV0 by dt. So dV0 by dt equal to minus Vi by R1 Cf. So here we are using the difference in the two voltages 0 and V0 with respect to capacitor. Finally, we are getting an equation dV0 equal to minus Vi divided by R1 into Cf dt. Integrating on both the side of the equation, integrating dV0 equal to, we'll get V0 equal to minus 1 by R1 Cf, integrating Vi dt. Looking at the equation of V0, there is a relation between the input and the output voltage. Output voltage is equal to integration of the input voltage with a negative sign. This negative sign, why we are using means we are applying the input to the inverting terminal. Positive terminal is grounded, and this one is the integrator in inverting configuration. That is why we are getting 180-degree phase shift between the input and the output voltage. In the name, we are having a minus sign here. Suppose R1 into Cf equal to 1, then the output voltage would be equal to integration of the input voltage. Whereas R1 in Cf is called the time constant. Integrator as an ramp generator. We can convert integrator into a ramp generator. For example, if a square waveform is given like this, a triangular waveform will be generated at the output terminal. If a continuous square waveform is given as input, the change in the input signal amplitude charges and discharges the feedback capacitor. So during the charging time, during the positive of a cycle, the capacitor keeps on charging. So at that time, the output voltage keeps on increasing. While discharging, it keeps on increasing. That is why during the positive of a cycle, we are getting a decreasing exponential. During the negative of a cycle, we are getting an increasing exponential. Such a circuit is called ramp generator. If a square waveform is given to an integrator, it will generate a triangular waveform or a ramp waveform. In such a way, the circuit is called a ramp generator. During the positive of a cycle of square wave input, current flows through the input resistor R1. All the current flows through the feedback capacitor Cf, charging the capacitor Cf. Since Cf is connected to virtual ground, The voltage across the capacitor is equal to output voltage of the op-amp. You can look at this diagram. This point is a virtual ground. This point is V0 available across CF. So voltage across the capacitor CF equal to output voltage of the integrator. During the negative of a cycle, the current will be reversed. Now the capacitor will be linearly charged and produces a positive going ramp output. So during the positive of a cycle, we'll be getting a decreasing exponential, and during the negative of a cycle, we'll getting an increasing or positive going ramp output. Applications of integrator. Generally, integrator is used to perform calculus operation in analog computer. It is most commonly used in A to D converter, ramp generator, as well as wave shaping application. One application of integrator is a totalizer, which is used in industrial instrumentation trade. Now let us go to the next topic, differentiator. You can see the diagram of a differentiator. Here also positive terminal is grounded. Input is given to the negative terminal, and see the position of capacitor and resistor are totally exchanged. So differentiator is nothing but an exchange of integrator by means of C and RF component. So if the output is available across a resistor, it is called differentiator. If the output is available across a capacitor, it is called integrator. Differentiator is nothing but an high pass filter having two components R and C. When you look at the diagram, a square waveform is given here. A spike waveform is available here. So during the positive of a cycle, negative spike is produced. During the negative of a cycle, positive spike will be produced. Moreover, if a sine waveform is given, a cos waveform is obtained as an output here. So this differentiator is operating under inverting configuration, since input is given to the inverting terminal and the positive terminal is grounded. The behavior of a capacitor. Generally, capacitor blocks DC and allows only the AC signal or AC input voltage. At lower frequency, capacitor reactance will be very high, resulting in lower gain and lower output voltage from the op-amp. But at higher frequency, this reactance value will be very lower, higher gain and higher output. So reactance of a capacitor is nothing but the resistance offered by the capacitor towards the current or voltage. So at higher frequency, reactance of the capacitor becomes very low. So the gain will be higher, output voltage will be higher. So op-amp differentiator circuit becomes unstable. It will start to become an oscillator. This is called first order effect. So to combat this first order effect, the high frequency gain of the circuit can be reduced by adding a additional smaller value capacitor across the feedback resistor RF. Now in this diagram, we are adding a smaller capacitor CF across RF in order to combat that first order effect. Now the nodal equation. When you compare the nodal equation, input current equal to feedback current. Feedback current is the current passing through the capacitor. So feedback current equal to minus V0 divided by RF. Generally, charge stored in a capacitor equal to capacitance value into input voltage. Rate of change of charge, that means we are differentiating Q with respect to T. Here also we are differentiating input voltage with respect to dt, where dq by dt is the capacitor current or rate of change of charge, which is equal to capacitor current. So input current equal to C into dV input divided by dt equal to IF, and this I input is nothing but minus V0 divided by RF. I'm substituting here C into dV in by dt. Finally, V0 equal to minus RF C into dV input divided by dt. This RF C is called time constant of the circuit diagram. If this is equivalent to 1, directly output voltage is nothing but differentiation of the input voltage. This negative sign indicate there is a 180-degree phase shift between the input signal and the output signal. Practical differentiator. So a practical differentiator has got two additional component R1 and CF in addition to capacitor C1 and RF. C1 and RF is nothing but the normal differentiator. Additionally, we are adding two components R1 and CF here. So this R1 is to combat the high frequency gain of the differentiator, and this CF is added to combat the first order effect in order to prevent the differentiator becoming an oscillator, and other things are common. Applications of differentiator. Generally, this differentiator is meant to operate on triangular waveform and rectangular waveform. Converting triangular waveform, suppose a square waveform is given, it is converted to triangular waveform. And moreover, the main application is it is used in wave shaping circuit diagram, as well as to detect the high frequency component in the input signal. The third topic is summing amplifier. It is also called op-amp adder. Look at this figure number 1. It is a summing amplifier or a adder in inverting configuration. Why it is called inverting configuration means positive terminal is grounded. We are applying two input voltages V1 and V2 through R1 and R2 to the negative terminal. So it is called inverting summing amplifier. Please note that we can construct the summing amplifier in non-inverting configuration also. So R1 and R2 are the input resistors, RF is the feedback resistor, V0 is the output voltage. It is called a summing amplifier and the output is amplified as 1. And moreover, look at this diagram. Positive terminal is grounded, 0 voltage is applied here. At this junction also 0 voltage will be applied. We are going to apply Kirchhoff's current law at this nodal equation. Find out the current passing through branch, find out the current passing through branch, and find the current passing through the third branch, and finally we are going to equate them. The nodal equation at the inverting input terminal is given by 0 minus V1 by R1 plus 0 minus V2 by R2. Why the 0 is coming into picture means this voltage is 0. So 0 minus V1 divided by R1. 0 minus V2 divided by R2, 0 minus V0 divided by RF. Then we are equating them. V1 by R1 minus V2 by R2 equal to V0 by RF. Then V0 equal to RF into within brackets V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2. If I make RF equal to R1 equal to R2 equal to R, the output voltage will become V0 equal to minus of V1 plus V2. So from this equation, we can note that the output voltage is equivalent to sum of the input voltages given in the inverting terminal. This negative sign indicate we are having a 180-degree phase shift between the output voltage and the input voltage. If you want to avoid the negative sign, this summing amplifier should be constructed in non-inverting configuration. You can see the diagram of non-inverting summer or non-inverting adder. Positive terminal, negative terminal. In the negative terminal, you can see the negative terminal R1 and RF is available. Input resistor and the feedback resistor is available. This voltage and this voltage both are same. So VA, VB and VC are the input voltages given through R1, R2 and R3. RL is the load resistor, V0 is the output voltage. Applications of summing amplifier. The purpose of a summing amplifier is to combine the various signal given at the input side. It is also used to apply a DC offset voltage with respect to AC signal voltage. Generally, this can be used in LED modulation circuit diagram in order to maintain the LED in a linear operating range. Moreover, it is also used in audio mixing applications. So in this video lecture, we have seen 3 topics. One is called integrator, second one is called differentiator, third one summing amplifier, both in inverting and non-inverting configuration. Thank you.